We are on the formation lap. Here's your pole sitter, El Majaco. Earned the pole through a 5-spot grid penalty that cost Gordell his first pole of the season. And here, the big story. His teammate, your points leader, Dubsy, starting dead last after contact with the all-time wins leader, Forza Alonso. Those guys are not happy with each other. There were some words exchanged in the chat. They were asked to quiet down because the race is technically in session. But there will be fireworks, I can guarantee you. I can guarantee you. Let's hang out with El Majaco. We've got a look at the start of this field. This is Silverstone, round 5 of the PRL season. Season number 8. We are going to the red lights. And they're out, and this race is underway. To the broadcast view, looks like Nick Dahi to the outside, inside. Aaron Webb is going to get it. No, that's Alonso. Forza Alonso is going to hop into second place behind. Oh, now he's going to go to the outside of the Mercedes. Not going to be able to make that move work. Really, really tight corner here. He's almost squeezed to the inside. That's Dahi on the outside of Alonso now, maybe behind him. See if we can go back. We're watching maybe fan out. Aaron Webb is in that battle now. Here he's trying to get around Alonso. Not going to happen, but Nick Dahi on the outside. Now to the inside because he was able to hold that. Alonso's going to try to hang tough, but that's a long corner. Nick Dahi's going to make that move, and now maybe he's going to have a look. Dahi protecting the inside lane. He's going to be able to hold on to that position. We'll see if Alonso can make the over-under. Here comes maybe on them both. They're 3 wide. Alonso's going to get that position back. You can see Gordell trying to make moves. Aaron Webb not getting too aggressive there because these guys are mixing it up really, really high. We're going to see what we got here in the back of the field. Dubsy's already up to 10th. Started 17th. Dubsy's in 10th. Your points leader coming forward. He's on the medium tires. Using up every bit of available track. Look at all that traffic there, though. His teammate Majaco is in the lead. Got some lock up there. You don't want to see that, but he's making a move during it. Now he's trying to get around that. He's got the Manor cleared. He's got a Toro Rosso in front of him. There's a car that's off the track. That is my car. Clearly another F1 2016 glitch. He's up to 8th. Dubsy's on a tear. Points leader's on a tear after contact. He's mad. He is easily mad, I can tell you for sure. And he's driving like a man possessed. To the outside of the Toro Rosso, he's in 7th. Now he's got J-Dub in his sights. Close racing there. Let's try to get back up to the front. El Majaco, your leader. Gapping the second place car by 2 seconds. Forza Alonso, 2 seconds back. The Mexican trying to make some waves. Maybe last week's winner right in his slipstream there. Just waiting for a move. Very quick driver. Rookie to the PRL, but he's driving like an experienced veteran. Aaron Webb up to 4th. Now back to 5th. I don't know what the deal was in that corner, but Gordell able to make the move there. Back to J-Dub in 6th, and you saw behind him was your points leader. 10 spots up. Lap 2, he's passed 10 cars. Are you ready for this? Huh? 8 seconds back from the leader is Dubsy. That's within striking distance as long as the traffic doesn't hold him up too bad. He's on the mediums. He can make the strategy work. He's just got to pull it out. Yeah, Zeke, everybody's got their front wings. That's a plus. Hey, Steve, how's it going, man? Let's get up here with second place. He's losing time to Majaco, the defending champion. Gapping there. There you see the DRS is enabled on lap 3. 2 DRS zones here on this course. We talked about the detection zones. They've got a pretty decent gap between where the detection zone is and where you can actually use DRS. So that's going to be an interesting thing to keep track of. Forza Alonso still losing time to the leader. Now, the leader is on softs, however, so let's keep that in mind. El Majaco on the soft tires. Forza Alonso on the mediums. Maybe also on the mediums, but maybe's quicker. Going to try to get side by side with the Haas, but he's on the outside of this corner. He's not giving up. Maybe going to try the over-under here. Can't make it stick, but he's right there. Outside of this corner. Trying to dive under off it. Look at him. He's all over, pushing the Haas car. Maybe has been super quick all season. He could have had multiple wins. We talked about 4 races, 4 different winners. Maybe had a shot to win a couple other ones. Hotel internet. Well, we all know about hotel internet. They give you bed bugs and bad internet. That's what hotels are good for. 3.5 seconds back. Alonso is not quick enough on these mediums. He's really struggling right now. He's got maybe all over him with the DRS enabled. He's got Majaco, who's gapping him out front. Let's get back here to Gordau. See what the gap is to Aaron Webb, which is not a lot. Not a lot there, and you can see behind him J-Dub catching up to those two. And behind him, the points leader, Dubsy. Oh, we got a big problem. Gordau spun into the wall. Gordau, serious damage on that car. He's got 4 tires, which that's a positive. But you can see a lot of vibration. That car does not want to go straight. Gordau lost the rear end, backed it into the wall, and is now dropped to 13th in this race. Gordau, the man who had the quickest lap in qualifying, but had a 5-spot grid penalty that put him back to 6th, is now seeing his race go from bad to worse. Try to get back out front here. Smooth sailing for El Majaco, who is 4.5 seconds up on Forza Alonso. Aaron Webb inheriting 4th. You saw behind him Dubsy making the move on J-Dub. I didn't see any contact there, but those 2 cars were very close. And now Dubsy is sitting in 5th position from 17th place on the grid. And he can see his targets. 8 seconds back from the leader. Dubsy is fast. He's very quick. In qualifying, if you missed it, if you're just joining us, points leader Dubsy went out late, was on a flying lap. Purple in Sector 1, purple in Sector 2. Quickest car on the track, and Forza Alonso impeded his progress, forced Dubsy into the tire barrier, and cost him his chance at a good starting position. Dubsy started 17th on this grid and has moved his way up to 5th and is now trying as desperately as he can to get up there and battle with those race leaders. He wants to get up to Alonso. Words were exchanged. They were bad words. We will not repeat them here. But Dubsy's driving like a man possessed. It's going to be fantastic. He's going to continue to catch him. Alonso is losing time to the leader. He's 5 seconds back. How he's held Maybe off is a superhuman feat. I'm surprised Maybe hasn't dusted him yet. You can see the lockup on the Force India. He's trying. He wants to have a shot to go catch the leader. But he can't get around Forza Alonso. That's that experience right there. Maybe he's got to look now, though. That pass is going to be made. He's got the inside lane. But can Forza Alonso fight back? He gets a wing up the side, but it's not going to happen. The pass has been made. The Sahara Force India Maybe is up to 2nd. Now let's see if he can reel in the leader. The leader on the soft tires. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. all on the mediums. Alonso forces his nose in. He's going to push maybe wide, but maybe's not giving up. Maybe holds the position. Behind them, Dubsy has caught Aaron Webb. Dubsy might be the quickest car on the track. He's actually catching his teammate, the leader. 7.5 seconds back. Now only 7 seconds back, and he's going to make the move on Aaron Webb for fourth. Dubsy up to fourth from 17th. From 17th. Unbelievable. I got to tell you. This is a video game. Here we are, two cars side by side. Alonso and maybe. Leader's in. Majacco is in. He's in the pits. He's got to get off the softs. This is now the race for the lead. Forza, Alonso, and maybe side by side. Seems like Alonso's tires have finally come in, or maybe had to use them up too much. Maybe, who was fighting with Forza Alonso, trying to get around. Look at him protecting the inside lane there. Alonso's got the DRS. Can he make the move on the outside? He's still side by side. Now he's got the inside lane. Forza Alonso back to the lead. He's got to go somewhere because he's got Dubsy coming. And he knows Dubsy's not happy with him. Now maybe back on the inside. They're going to swap the lead again. Maybe's got the preferred lane going into this corner. Alonso's sticking tough on the outside. And Dubsy says, go ahead and race side by side, boys. I'm just going to hit the slipstream and catch you even quicker. Forza Alonso, your leader. Maybe in second. Dubsy from 17th up to third. Now here comes maybe to the inside. Alonso wasn't able to protect it. He's actually on the outside, but maybe makes the pass stick. Wow, look at this. Look at this. These guys won't quit. Side by side in every corner. They don't care. What, it's a road course race? What, it's Formula One? They don't care. They don't know that you're not supposed to race side by side every time. Majacco did make a pit stop, yes. We haven't checked to see where he's sorted out. We know he was on the softs. He's in ninth, 21 seconds behind right now. But we can't leave the race for the lead right now. Forza Alonso in second. And Dubsy, the man he had contact with in qualifying, the man he received verbal abuse from, is now right behind him on the race course from 17th. I was saying, you don't get races like this in real life. Not on road courses. Not in Formula One. They've not had this many passes in a Formula One race. You could take the entire season and one race in the PRL. You get more action here in one race than you do the whole season. It's amazing. It's amazing. I know we're talking about a video game, but it's amazing. I'm sorry. It is what it is. So we're here with the leaders. It's starting to shake out a little bit. Maybe is putting a gap on Forza Alonso. Half a second now. Alonso's still in DRS range. You can see the gap closing there as he's got the DRS enabled. I think Dubsy is just out of DRS range on Forza Alonso. Lockup from all of those drivers there. They're all pushing hard. They know they got to make those mediums quick. But it's easier said than done. Yeah, Dubsy's he's a man possessed. Any race car driver can tell you, you make them mad and you're liable to put yourself in a really bad position. I've had races where I've been performing not terribly, but just not good. You know, I'm not able to do what I want to do in it, and it frustrated me. And then I start driving like a wild man, and all of a sudden I'm turning the quickest laps in the race. I had a race like that at a fairgrounds track once, real rough track. My car wasn't set up for the rough. I think I ran over 2 infield tires and finally pissed myself off and started running some laps, caught the leader and passed him on the last lap for the win. I was mad. Dubsy is driving mad right now, and it's working for him. Now, driving mad can also put you out of the groove. It can really screw you up. But clearly tonight, 17th to 3rd, Dubsy's got his head on straight. Fantastic run. This is your points leader. And he says, I am not willing to give up this points lead. It's not happening. Forza Alonso in second, maybe. Stretching that gap. Zuzman up to fourth. He's on mediums as well. Behind him is Nick Dahi. That's a very fast car right there. El Majacco now up to sixth. He's still losing time to the leaders because he's been working his way through traffic. Ditch Witch in seventh. Mitch Mann in the Williams running in eighth. Aaron Webb, who has hit the pits, now on, what is that? Are those super softs? Yes, red sidewall tires. Those are super softs. So Aaron Webb's looking to turn some quick laps here in the middle part of this race. J-Dub on super softs. He's been in the pits. Brian Mosser on mediums. Bubba in 12th. KWP in 13th. He's on softs. Gordau on the mediums in 14th. Tough race for Gordau. He's got to be kicking himself. Hoodius is on the super softs in 15th. I Am a Drunk Dolphin on super softs. Race not going how he wanted. He started 7th or 8th. He was up there. Pork Chops in 17th on the mediums. Let's get back here to Majacco, who is now in 4th. We've had some guys hit the pit lane. I want to see what kind of tires he's on. I don't think we're going to see him on super softs. I think he's trying to make this race go even longer. Yeah, mediums again for Majacco. So let's go up here. Who's pitted? Maybe still the race leader. Dubsy in second. 3.5 seconds back. Nick Dahi in third. So, Forza Alonso was the man that came into the pits from second place. He's 29 seconds back in sixth. That's a large gap. We saw Majacco come out of the pits with 21 seconds. Of course, Majacco was the race leader. But that's a big gap there for Forza Alonso to come up with. He's on the super softs. His teammate behind him, 33 seconds back, so 4 seconds back of his teammate on super softs as well. But we need to keep an eye up here because these guys are going to have to hit pit road soon. Yes, and you know, typically you see these guys, typically you see them trying to run the super soft tires late in the race. They want that speed late in the race, but right now they're feeling like they want the speed in the middle of the race. A lot of people started the race on mediums. They seem to be just as quick as the softs, almost. Maybe he's going to make another lap here. Dubsy as well. So your race leaders are stretching it as long as they can. Let's check the times. Why not check the times? Let's see what they're thinking here. Dubsy running 1 minute 35.5 on that last lap. So he's been in the 34s, so he had a slip up there. Warning on that lap. So he's been in the 1 minute 34s, maybe 1 minute 34s, even down into 33s at times. Nick Dahi, who's running 35s. Those are older tires. He is not pitted yet. Majacco in the 34s. So those mediums on the race leader is still just as quick as what Majacco's getting out of his new tires. The super softs, we have not seen Forza Alonso get it yet. What do we got? Okay, here we go. Dubsy's in the pits. Maybe's in the pits. Your two leaders in the pits here. So let's see what kind of tires they put on. First up is Maybe. He's got a flat. Maybe had to pit. He's got a flat tire on the front. He didn't lose too much time. He got really, really lucky. Wow, did he get lucky. On to the super softs is Maybe. Behind him is Dubsy. Now into third, who's on super softs as well. Into the lead goes El Majacco. Those tires are warm. He's going to be able to put a big gap on Maybe right now. Here's Forza Alonso. Maybe's trying to come out in front of him. Alonso's got warm tires on that car. Maybe. Oh, contact! Alonso's around! Contact between Alonso and Maybe. He's out on the track in front of drivers. Wow. Tough luck for Forza Alonso. He tried to stick his nose in there. He wanted to make that aggressive move. He knew his tires were warm and had the opportunity, but he made contact with the car of Maybe, and he's back to sixth. Now we're looking. Dubsy has leapfrogged Alonso through those pit stops. 11 seconds the gap between Dubsy and the leader, Majacco, his teammate. In front of Dubsy is Aaron Webb, who's jumped all of them. Maybe 8 seconds back of the leader. Doesn't look to be showing any ill effects from that contact with Forza Alonso. We've seen contact from Alonso a lot this season. Very, very aggressive moves. Orange tires, you're saying those are hards? That does make more sense. Hard to tell the difference, really. They shouldn't do orange and red. But Majako's on mediums, which probably means he has to go to the hards in just a moment, because he's not run the second set. Mediums, no, he was softs, so he's run 2 compounds. Some of these races you have to run a specific compound. Not sure if this is one of them, but Majako clearly doing everything he wants to do right now. You can see Dubsy creeping up on Aaron Webb there. I want to check the times to see what those orange tires are doing. Okay. Zeke's looking out for us in the chat there. So that's going to put a driver like Dubsy on softs for the last run. He doesn't even need softs. Look at him. He's hustling right now, looking to get around Aaron Webb. And you can see who's behind him. Forza Alonso trying to get back in this race. He's got around J-Dub. He's back up to 5th. Another driver driving frustrated after his contact with Maybe. And now Dubsy's gotten around Aaron Webb, moved himself into 3rd, and he's looking to chase down Maybe. We're going to see Maybe with the fastest lap of the race there, 1:33.1. That's still, though, how is Maybe running the fastest laps on the race on the hardest compound tire? He went from mediums. Wow. He went from mediums to hards, and he's quicker. He's quicker on the hards. What in the world? He's catching the leader. 6 seconds back. The leader is on mediums. Wow. This is going to be really interesting to keep track of what happens between Maybe and Dubsy. Because right now, even though Majako's leading this race, I think the strategy is favoring these two. Forza Alonso 11 seconds back. He's 2 seconds off of his teammate. Dubsy's trying to gap Aaron Webb and catch the Sahara Force India, but the Sahara Force India is catching the leader. He's made up a second already in this lap. Dubsy doesn't quite have the same speed that Maybe has on those hard compound tires. Another fantastic race. We're sitting here with 12 laps left. Another fantastic PRL Formula One race. Great strategy, great battles. Non-stop fun. Here is Maybe coming off his maiden win in the PRL last week. And he's looking to become the first driver this season to take 2 races. 4 races, 4 different winners. Majako's got 1. Maybe's got 1. Dubsy's got 1. And then you got 2 Haas cars that are still looking for their win. The only other winner, Nick Dahi, sitting back in 7th right now. Ditch Witch in 8th. Gordau has got up to 9th, but he's under pressure from who is Mitch Man there in the Williams, and he's under pressure from Zuzman. Makes a big move, very bold down to the inside. He's going to get around Mitch Mann. Now with his sights set on Gordau. That's a battle for ninth, three-way battle for ninth. Good racing all the way through this field. Brian Mosser in 12th. Hoodius in 13th. Bubba in 14th. KWP, Drunk Dolphin, and Pork Chops bringing up the rear. But here's your leader, maybe. You know what that means. El Majaco has hit pit lane and has moved himself on to the hard compound tire. He is now compliant in this race. No more stops. He's going to go the rest of the way. 11 laps on the hards. There's J-Dub in as well. So El Majaco from the race lead now comes out in 6th place. Not sure how far he is behind the leader, but we're going to see. Alonso, 5 seconds back from the leader, working Aaron Webb right now. Dubsy, 2.5 seconds back. When will these two cars hit pit lane for the soft compound tires? Both of them still have soft compound tires to use. They went from mediums to hards, whereas your leader, who was your leader, the defending champion Majaco, started on softs, went to mediums, and is now on hards. We're going to see. We know the softs won't last as long as these other tires. So who knows? We're going to find out whose strategy is the best. Alonso's not really showing ill effects from that contact. But you're guessing that his nerves have been rattled just a touch. Contact in qualifying with Dubsy. Words were exchanged. Then contact with Maybe in this race. He knew he had to get Maybe quickly because Maybe was quick. Maybe fought him all the way through the first stint. Was finally able to get around him. Before Alonso came out of the pits, or he came out of the pits, got his tires warm, Maybe came out with Alonso right on his tail, and Alonso tried to make an aggressive move to get around the Force India right there as the Force India was still getting his tires up to temperature, and the two made contact, and now Alonso is on the back foot again. I don't know about time penalties, Zeke. Let's take a look here. We've got incidents, warning, drive-through for J-Dub. Sussman had a drive-through. That cost him, clearly. Gordau had to stop and go after the collision. So, yeah, we shouldn't see any penalties on time anyway. Here's a race for third. Alonso on the outside of his teammate, inside of his teammate, sorry. Aaron Webb's going to give him the position. 6 seconds back from the leader is Forza Alonso. But he's losing time. That's the problem. Dubs, he's gapping. Maybe is gapping. But these guys are still going to pit one more time. How far back is Majaco? 24 seconds. Man, that pit delta's right there. Gosh, it's right there. This is going to be close. This is going to be close. Whose tire strategy is going to work out? Majaco's finishing this race on the harder compound tire. Maybe and Dubsy will be finishing this race on the soft compound tire. When will they make the move to pit lane? This is not pit lane. This is the old pit lane at Silverstone. We got to see when Maybe decides to head down pit road for those softs. How long can those softs last? Right now, Maybe is turning laps still in the 1:33 range. Those are some of the quickest laps that have been run all race. He has got the quickest lap of the race on these hard compound tires. So maybe the idea is go as long as you can. If you're getting 1:33s, go as long as you can. What about the guy that we're talking about, the one that's going to end on the hard compound tires? Majacko. What's he running? He's 1 minute 33.9 was his first lap on the hards. He's not quite as quick as Maybe. Maybe is the quickest car on this race course right now. Dubsy has lost over a second since we last looked in. He's fallen back into the clutches of Forza Alonso. Those two had their contact in qualifying. Not happy with each other. You don't want to have to see them racing side by side because there might be a little bit of action. That's very true, Zeke. Zeke's talking about the possibility of punctures. We've already seen that from Maybe. Maybe's first stint ended with a puncture. It just happened to be punctured going on to pit road. He probably locked the fronts up, went flat, didn't cost him. But a puncture out there on the track, say working your way through lap traffic, could be very, very detrimental to his chances to win his second race of the season. Going pretty good right now, though. He was held up just a touch. When is he going to hit pit lane? Does he have to hit pit lane? Is a good question. Do you have to run all 3 sets of tires? He might not. Still running 1 minute 33s. He might be able to take it all the way. Lockup on that, though. Dubsy's not been able to reel him in, though. Maybe had lap traffic and a lockup. No time made up by Dubsy. And Forza Alonso 7 seconds back. He's losing time. So how's it going, Twitch chat? Thursday night, we've not been disappointed so far. The PRL, always willing to put on a show for us. Looks like Aaron Webb has come into the pits. Nick Daheem moved his way into 4th. Majacko losing time to the leader. Down to 26 seconds, the gap. Aaron Webb out on mediums. He's going to finish this race on mediums. Ditch Witch, Mitch Man. Zuzman in the pits in 10th. J-Dub in 9th. Has tires to finish this race. He's going to end the race on mediums. Gordow in 12th, the man with the quickest qualifying time who was penalized. Ooh, he's going to come out right there with Zuzman. Going to be able to make the move on the outside, but Zuzman's on softs. I'm sure that's going to be a battle here for the next couple of laps. Yeah, I'd like to have that telemetry to find out. I really would. I am a drunk dolphin in 14th, KWP 15th, Bubba 16th, Porkchop 17th. All the cars that started this race are still on the track. We've not seen that all season. We've seen DNFs, disqualifications, we've seen disconnects. Everybody's still in this race right now. When and if Maybe pits will be a large question in this race. Can those hards hold up, man? He's been out there a while. Softs are available if he wants to have them. It's been a fantastic drive from Maybe all season. Contact hurt him in Mexico. Didn't have the race he wanted in Suzuka. Had a pit speeding penalty in Singapore that might have cost him the whole thing. But finally was able to get the win last week. And he's staring down another victory today as long as he can bring it home in the same position he's in. Rookie driver in the PRL. Driving like an experienced man. Not going to hit pit road this time either. Neither is Dubsy. 5 laps to go. Yeah, can't say the same for NASCAR. You'd have 3 drivers left. Forza Alonso's hit pit road. He's going to finish this race on mediums, 36 seconds back. That makes me think that the leaders are going to pit too. Aaron Webb right on his tail. Mediums as well. El Majaco's on the hards. How far is he ahead? He is 10 seconds ahead of Alonso. No real danger there. Wynn is maybe going to hit pit road. Will it be this lap? Who's gambling? Nick Dahi in third. Not been that high up in the entire race. On the hards, 21 seconds back. Dubsy, 5 seconds back. Losing time to the leader. Maybe is the fastest car out there. On the hard tires. Lap traffic, playing very nicely. Not sure if that was Drunk Dolphin or not. Could have been KWP. Maybe he's not coming in this time. So what does Dubsy do? Well, Dubsy had a shot to dip in there if he wanted to try and use those softer tires. Starting to think these boys aren't pitting. Starting to think they do not intend to pit. Because why would you put tires on for 3 laps? Unless that's all the softs are good for. I don't know. Here's the fastest lap of the race from Forza Alonso. He's on mediums. Alonso's trying to catch Majaco, but I don't think that's going to happen. Too big of a gap there. Majaco's hoping these boys pit. It's a possibility. He might be laying back a little. But he's consistently losing that time. It's down to the nitty-gritty now. Eyes on the leader, maybe. Looking for PRL win number 2. We've seen fireworks from the Mercedes and Haas cars. We've seen contact between your race leader and the Haas car of Forza Alonso. It's not affected maybe any. It cost Forza Alonso a couple positions. But we've still got to see if there's a pit stop left in this race. Maybe driving great. A near perfect race so far. There's another quick lap from Forza Alonso. Maybe started 4th on this grid. Dubsy started 17th after that qualifying contact. No pit stop for maybe this lap. Nope, that's the backstretch. That's not the pits. That always fools me. Because they left all the lines and everything there. Well, you think so. You know, if Dubsy had a good starting position, you think he would have, you know, because clearly he was quick in the first session, or the first stint. Dubsy was the quickest driver in the first stint. But then maybe, throughout this second stint, has been the man. There might not even be a third stint for it. We're going to see if he pits. He knows he's running good laps. If he has to pit, maybe he's just going to hit it for 1 lap. He's not pitting this time. Only one more opportunity there. Dubsy's not pitting. I doubt Nick Dahi does. Majaco's trying to go. Forza Alonso in 5th, turning the quickest laps of this race on medium tires. Aaron Webb in 6th, Ditch Witch 7th. J-Dub, Zuzman, Mitchman, Brian Mosser in 11th, Gordow in 12th, Drunk Dolphin in 13th, Hoodius 14th, Pork Chops 15th. He's made up a couple positions. KWP back in 16th, and Bubba still struggling. He's been having a tough time this season, and it's not going to change at Silverstone. But here's your race leader. Lap 25 of 26. He's going to come down and take the white flag this next time. Won his first PRL race last week. In position for win number 2 this week. Round 5. If he can do it, he would be the first repeat winner of Season 8 here in F1 2016 competition. He's not going to pit this time, is he? Long second stint on these tires. But he's going to go all the way with them. Final lap for Dubsy. And maybe Dubsy 5 seconds back. He's caught maybe a little bit, but I don't think you're going to see that gap closed. You would have to see another puncture out of the Force India. Dubsy's got a puncture. Dubsy's left front is down. He's going to have to try to limp his way around. Maybe he's got 4 tires that are still up. We've got to watch this car right here. Look at the lockup. He's having trouble getting that thing to turn. Dubsy came from 17th on the grid. Doesn't want to lose these points. This is your points leader. He's got a big gap to the Red Bull in 3rd. But can he hold on? He's running on 3 wheels. What's going to happen if that tire shreds? Maybe he's looking for win number 2 here. He'll be the first repeat winner. Zeke's thinking maybe he's got a flat too. He's definitely taking it easy. I still see those tires up. Dubsy's not really losing time with that flat. Maybe he's really babying it. Wow, what a race. This has been crazy. These guys are stretching these tires. Maybe he's looking for the second win of the season. The first repeat winner, and he's going to do it. Round 5 goes to maybe. Winner of the PRL at Silverstone. Your points leader, Dubsy's going to finish second from 17th on the grid. Contact with Forza Alonso in qualifying. Dubsy comes all the way from last place to finish second. Nick Dahi, second in points, is going to finish 3rd. El Majaco in 4th. Forza Alonso in 5th. Aaron Webb's going to finish 6th. Ditch Witch in the Sauber. Another points scoring finish if he can hold on here. Crazy finish to this race with that flat tire for Dubsy. Unbelievable. Good finish for Ditch Witch there. J-Dub next to cross the line here. But I do not have... Okay, here we go. Yep, there's J-Dub in 8th. I'm losing camera control because these guys are crossing the line. Mitchman in 10th. He's going to look to score a point here at the Williams. He said this was not a track that he likes. Tough track for him, but able to score a point. Solid finish. Gordow, the sickest man in this race, qualified with the fastest time, had a 5-spot grid penalty, and then spun in the race. Put him all the way back to 12th. Had a stop-and-go penalty because of the contact there. Bubba, the last car on the track, is going to cross the line without a front wing. But there it is. Your winner. First time we've read a repeat winner this season. Maybe 01. The Sahara Force India takes win number 2 of the season in round 5. Dubsy, your points leader, from 17th on the grid. Able to overcome the adversity of qualifying. Nick Dahi in 3rd on the podium. El Majaco recovers to finish 4th. 5th for Forza Alonso. 6th for Aaron Webb. It was Zeusman there in ninth that we were unable to see, scoring points for Manor. Very rare. Very